What's cracking, everybody? XehrFelrose here, bringing you some Pokemon Go Badly content. Today, we got a shoutcast for the Color Cup here, featuring a Pokemon that is core-breaking a lot of teams, especially with the new addition of Shadow Palkia. There's just one Pokemon that comes to mind that can really do well in that matchup, and if I could find my sources here, it's going to be Poliwrath. Poliwrath is bulky, has heavy fast move pressure, and forces opponents with those dragons to go for the heavier hitting, more expensive dragon type move. Now, these games were submitted to the channel by a member of my Discord, which is, his name is Angela1794, right here on the screen for your viewing pleasure, and in the Discord, which is exclusive to Patreon and YouTube members, so please check out the description of the pinned comment if you're interested in supporting the channel and getting some great perks along the way. But we also have a double electric backline here with Charjabug and Morpeko with that dual type form change ability that is both frustrating and extremely fun to play. Let's get into these games. Thank you again, Angelos, for sending in these battles. We're going to check them out here and get into the first game here with a Gastrodon lead. Now, this team does really not want to see this in the back, so it's good that we're seeing it in the lead here. And Gastrodon can go for a move before the Poliwrath can get to theirs because of that decreased energy gain from countered a couple of seasons ago. Going for the Icy Wind here because you really do just kind of want to counter down and get this just completely out of the game. Opponent comes, however, in with a Ferrothorn, and this is a great opportunity for Poliwrath to just do what it does best and just fast move through things and debuff them. That's why I hate it so much. I cannot stand Poliwrath, dude. But I really like the play to come in here with the Charjabug, knowing that you resist every single charge move, even Flash Cannon does resisted damage here. And going to be able to go for a bunch of extra energy here and win the CMP tie as well. Normally good timing there is going to be after 2 Volt switches. However, I like going for 3 if you know that you're going to win that cap tie. Opponent's going to come back in with that Gastrodon, and Gastrodon's low enough that an X-Scissor would pretty much knock it out. So they just sacrificed it. Abomasnow comes out, and it would have actually done pretty well into that Morpeko. Good game. But opponent didn't want to try and find out because Poliwrath, it would have been impossible to get through the Poliwrath, let's be honest. Whimsicott in the next game, and they have an Alolan Golem in the back. Now, I've had a ton of fun running Alolan Golem and even Alolan Rocks with Rock Throw. I didn't feature the team because I didn't record the games, but I did have a really strong time with Alolan Geodude because I have a Hundo Shadow, and I'm like, dude, I gotta use this thing, right? So I used it with Decidueye and Amoonguss in the back. Did really well. Got me back up after losing some points on stream a few days ago. But Rock Blast will definitely knock out Charjabug. Charjabug was lucky to be able to get those moves off and get the shield. The opponent overfarmed, possibly even losing track of counts, or wanted to try and farm down with a shield and realized they couldn't. Wild Charge is going to prevent them, though, from giving the Poliwrath too much farm, but in comes that Whimsicott. Unfortunately, not being able to flip switch is really not that great here for us, but I think that Morpeko with Seed Bomb, I think, might actually be a better safe switch in general for this team, but Trainer's using Psychic Fangs, as Psychic Fangs is an incredibly strong bait move and has really good pacing for Morpeko, so it's really to each their own here, but really wanting to get this Whimsicott off the field, we have to hope that Morpeko can clutch up against whatever's in the back, and in comes a Kingdra. It's over, dude. It's so... This is not good. Aura Wheel is going to do a lot of damage if it lands, but I don't know if it's going to. The opponent should shield. They don't shield it! Huh? Saving the shield for the Whimsicott because they know they can. In comes that Whimsicott. He's hoping to be able to get these Psychic Fangs in, but unfortunately, I think that Whimsicott's going to be able to get to a second move before the farm down or the Psychic Fangs gets reached here. Almost there, though. Just needed one more Thunder Shock, man. That's brutal. Losing that game, Seed Bomb's going to take out Morpeko, but extremely close and well played. Getting into the next game, apparently we're in Whimsicott Purgatory here as Poliwrath is just sobbing, looking to try and make something of itself. Now we're looking for a different... I want to point out what this trainer has done in this game, okay? They have safe swap Morpeko. They are adjusting for the last time that they saw this, hoping that it goes differently. The opponent decides to let that go, and that is going to be a massive mistake. Now apparently Alolan Golem wins... No, it doesn't. That was a rollout, not a Volt Switch, silly. Felrose, get it together, man. Going to go for the Psychic Fangs here. If the opponent wants switch advantage, they're going to have to shield up a couple of times here. Psychic Fangs is going to get the shield, but the defense is getting pretty low here. Those Thunder Shocks are adding up. The opponent is going to be able to get to another move here, but going for a shield to try to get switch advantage, hoping that Poliwrath can do better in the back. That's a really nice call here. Opponent is going to have to take also a buffed Aura Wheel to the face here in order to let this, get this farm down, which is fine. Whimsicott can take it, but that's a lot of damage. In comes Charjabug, hoping for better opportunity here, but Kingdra's going to come in now, and I would definitely, go for this X-Scissor here because it's still less energy. You could even get to a second X-Scissor at this point if you want to, but Poliwrath coming in here, I don't know if the right play was to come in with Poliwrath right away, save the energy, or if they did it the right way, just going the way they did, because Outrage would still pretty much knock out. But I think if we can get to 2 moves here, there's a chance that Charjabug can clutch up. It just needs a couple more Volt Switches. I think it's 2 more. No, it's 3. It's a 2-3 cycle. But this Whimsicott's probably got a freaking Moonblast already. Yep, that's losing the Whimsicott twice in a row. That's a core breaker to this team for sure. Next game, we got Gastrodon in the lead once again, and Poliwrath is yet again happy to see this in the lead, looking to go for this Icy Wind here right as soon as we get to it. That's going to prevent the opponent from being able to throw their move right away here, and this is prime spot for the Poliwrath because they can just simply shield up the move. Earth Power is the only move they can throw, and at this point, I think they can only get to a Body Slam at this point. Poliwrath probably can just let this one go. Body Slam is all it is, and it's debuffed, so now the Poliwrath is loaded on energy. What's the opponent going to come in with here? Let's see what they have in the back. They're going to have a Hisuian Electrode. At this point, I think you just let this go, to be completely honest. Just let the Poliwrath go down and put Charjabug on this thing because it is one of the hardest counters to the Electrode in this meta because it has the Bug Electric typing. It's resisting everything but Swift, and X-Scissor does super effective damage, and you pace to it very nicely. Opponent will go for the Wild Charge. They look to have Energy Ball, and then in comes Turtonator, but the Morpeko has to come in. Oh, is Morpeko going to be able to do this? They win the CMP tie. The opponent throws right away, as does the Morpeko, and Morpeko is going to be able to overfarm here, but it's resisted. The opponent knows they don't have to shield this. Is this worth the shield? It has to be. Those Incinerates will rip this poor Morpeko to pieces. Going for that Dragon Pulse. Opponent going, no, 4. Going for the, oh, this is close. This is so close. Psychic Fangs make it the shield here, but the opponent now is going to be within range for that X-Scissor to knock out. They have to throw here. They have to throw here because the Morpeko would have been able to get to that Psychic Fangs within the next move. Dragon Pulse is going to get the knockout, but in comes the X-Scissor, and out goes the X-Scissor into the Turtonator's face, and now it's going to come down to, can we get to another X-Scissor before the opponent's Electrode can get to a move? Throw the energy! Wait a minute. Is this Wild Charge going to knock out? It doesn't knock out! And the debuff! Oh, that was perfectly planned. Angelus, you mad genius. Gonna be able to X-Scissor KO with the debuff. That is a good game. Oh my goodness, that was a roller coaster. All right, next game up, we're going to have Credilli on the lead. This is a surprisingly good matchup because of that grass typing. It's good for the Credilli, but it's bad because of the rock typing. Opponent's going to be going for a move right away, trying to land, and if they can get it, this would be bad for Poliwrath. They're going to go ahead and shield the Grass Knot and look to counter down. The opponent says, nope, I'm done. Get out of here. I'm done with Poliwrath. Me too, trainer. Good game. Love it. Poliwrath into Magcargo. Once again, best lead you could have possibly asked for. Magcargo does not... Oh, Mantine. Oh, Morpeko, buddy. It's your turn. Come on in. Aura Wheel is going to make short work. This will probably knock out at least 58 Mantines and their children. Oh, beautiful one-shots. And the pacing of the Magcargo is going to make this a very difficult fight for it to come back from. Is that 4? I couldn't tell if it was 4. I think it was 4. Would have gone for... Ooh, that's a nasty little bait. Let's see. Does the opponent decide to go for a farm down? No, they're going to try to get rid of this Morpeko as soon as they possibly can. Honestly, Morpeko probably could have gotten a shield, but we get a shield advantage and Poliwrath on this thing still, and they have a Levani, and in comes Charjabug. Charjabug should be able to easily be able to take this matchup as it's resisting the Grass-type Leaf Blade. And X-Scissor, not going to do enough damage, even though these Shadow Claws are going to add up. X-Scissor, I believe, is going to be neutral. Does Bug resist Bug? Man, Bug is one of those typings that has some weird interactions, and I'm honestly not sure if it resists it or not. I'm about to find out, because if it does super effective, Bug does not resist Bug, but I think it does. Well, nope, it's super effective. Bug does not resist Bug, but Magcargo is cooked. It's going to look to try and get some farm here. It does not have the problem of shield disadvantage anymore, but I don't think there's anything that you could possibly do to this Poliwrath that's going to make it workable, and the opponent knows that they're going to go ahead and leave, and yeah, that's the game. That's it. Ferrothorn, just like Credilli, this is a pretty good lead for you, and you want to stay in and just apply those debuffs. Opponent going to go into the Zapdos. Morpeko comes in and says, come get me, buddy. Here Here comes the Psychic Fangs. Now, easily could have gone... Well, actually, I don't know if the easily is the word here, because these are two of the most, like, attack-weighted glass cannons of the electric variety in this whole game. So, I don't even know how much a Duropeck would do. I don't know how much a Thundershock would do, but I imagine it would be pretty painful. But Morpeko wins the CMP tie over Zapdos. That is a first. I've never seen anything win a CMP tie over Zapdos before. Thundershocks and the Psychic Fangs are enough to do some damage and knock out. Morpeko is not boosted, but here comes another Morpeko, and you just go straight for the Aura Wheel here for sure. Opponent's going to look to overfarm. They're going to hope for the best here, trying to make sure they have a move when the Poliwrath comes back in. But here's the thing, no shielding. That puts you in counter down range for the Poliwrath, and then Ferrothorn just has a bad day. So no shielding here at all. Ferrothorn is just completely toast when it comes to dealing with both Poliwrath and Chargebugs here. So the opponent's going to try to swap straight into this Ferrothorn, go into this Icy Wind here. The opponent looking to throw a charge move as well. Probably just let Chargebug finish this game, to be honest, but save the shield for it as well. You really don't need to shield the Poliwrath at this point, I don't think. But Angelus is going to say, you know what? No, I'm shielding my Poliwrath, and that's just how it's going to be. We're going to see him swap in the air to the Chargebug to try and start getting some energy before the opponent can throw that move. X-Scissors reached. Opponent is over farming, trying to make something happen, but it's not going to be to any success here as the X-Scissors plenty enough to knock out. And Morpeko needs at least 3 charge moves to make anything come out of this game. So unfortunately, they're not going to be able to make it. They're going to go down to the Volt Switch, and that is going to be a good game. Well played. Love it, dude. Next game up, we're going to have Poliwrath on the lead versus Whiscash. Another fantastic lead. Poliwrath typically does extremely well into the Mud Boys because it forces them to go for these smaller moves, and Poliwrath, honestly, just very happy to, again, see a Mud Boy in the lead because that's apparently where they are today. Mud Boys in the lead is always good. We like that. So Morpeko and Chargebug waiting in the wings to take care of whatever's going to be in the back as Poliwrath looks to play this lead out. Opponent is going to go ahead and shield the Icy Wind here as they can possibly sense that there might be a reason why this Poliwrath is in the lead because there's electrics behind it. Mud Bomb is going to go ahead and take this Poliwrath into the red health. Now, Chargebug does fairly well coming in and farming this down. The opponent comes in with a lone Marowak and gets farmed down. Morpeko with a shield advantage might be the only salvation for this team right now, as Aura Wheel will be able to cleanly one-shot a Shadow Lull and Marowak, but with the amount of energy that they've gotten off of this, I think Angelus was really trying to reach for that charge move and wasn't able to get there. Definitely a situation where you want to swap out immediately to not give them any extra farm, but Morpeko now in a position to possibly just completely flip this game on its head and get some energy here. Now, if he remembers, if he's counting, he knows it's 4 to the next Bone Club, so he might be able to overfarm. Nope, going straight for the Aura Wheel, not wanting to take any more fast move damage than necessary here. Aura Wheel is going to completely knock out. And then comes the Whiscash. The Whiscash looking for the farm down, but not going to get it. Boosted Aura Wheel, and Chargebug once again locking itself onto another Ferrothorn, making them absolutely miserable. And thankfully, for this Chargebug, it really doesn't have a situation where the Whiscash can ever really knock it out. The discharge here would, or not discharge, the X-Scissor here would do plenty of damage, and it looks like we're not even going to wait to try. We're just going to go ahead and go for the charge move here, not wanting to be put down into a range where the Whiscash can possibly scald and get the knockout, which is a really good call here by Angelus. Going for that scald would have been knocked out. It would have knocked out the, brain just shut up. It would have knocked out the Chargebug if it had taken another Power Whip. So immediate swap into Morpeko. Jumpluff definitely a bad core breaker for this team. You don't really have any really strong ways to deal with it, and the opponent is hitting you for super effective Fairy Wind damage the entire time, whereas they can always take 2 moves. The bulk on Jumpluff is just nasty. Going for the Psychic Fangs, I like this play for the sole reason that it completely throws the switch clock on its head right now and allows Angelus to just be like, you know what, I'm going to make sure that Poliwrath never has to see this Jumpluff. Now, here's the problem, is that the Jumpluff very may well have a move, they may have a counter in the back for the Poliwrath, and that might be why they're not coming in. In comes Swampert, and now he's wishing that he had it. Oh, man, he's going to wish that he had that Seed Bomb. Aura Wheel is going to get the shield, and we're going to come immediately in with the Poliwrath. I haven't seen Shadow Swampert in a hot minute, but having no shields means this Earthquake could potentially knock out the Poliwrath from this point. And Earthquake is almost going to get the knockout, and oh man, can't get to the move. That is terrible. This is tough. Shields up, the Swampert probably completely cooks this team. There is not much you can do against Mud Boys in the back. Angelus knows it. He's going to go ahead and top left, not waste anybody's time. Good game. Poliwrath into Abomasnow, extremely good lead. Opponent looks to immediately switch into a Feraligatr, and in comes the Morpeko to make the Gator sad, and an Aura Wheel will delete this Feraligatr completely. HP bar doesn't matter. He's going to have to shield, and at this point, I do think that the Morpeko can simply just start going for Psychic Fangs. Now, they do have to shield. The Hydro Cannon's coming out, and I believe that their Feraligatr was 1 or 2 Shadow Claws ahead, but a Psychic Fangs from this range, from a boosted Morpeko, I would be surprised if this didn't do enough to knock out the Shadow Gator. Yep, Psychic Fangs is enough here, and now we can maintain switch advantage, and there's a boosted Morpeko on the field. Abomasnow looking to get the CMP, but it does not win. Unfortunate. That's a lot of damage coming for this thing. Oh my goodness, that's disgusting. Poliwrath doesn't even have to worry about it anymore. Charge Bug can probably finish this game, because if the opponent has anything in the back, it's probably going to be something like, Stunfisk, or something y'all saw on the team that I was running yesterday. They're running a Quagsire. This is an extremely good situation now for Poliwrath, because it only takes neutral from Sludge Wave and Mud Bomb. If they're running Aqua Tail and or Stone Edge, they're just having a bad day. Now, Charge Bug, however, does not really want to see this, but debuffed, I think Poliwrath can simply just not shield anything. They have the Aqua Tail Stone Edge. At this point, you just go for the Scald and take the win, but you go for the Icy Wind instead. Scald would definitely do more damage and knock out from this range, and there you have it. That's going to do it for this game. This is over. Poliwrath is just going to go in with his big, meaty fists and just punch this poor little Quagman away, and away goes the Abomasnow. Opponent very sad that they were this weak to Poliwrath, and honestly, same. That's going to do it for that game. Good game, Angelus. Very nice gameplay here with this shiny Poliwrath. Very strong core breaker in this meta. I think I tried it once or twice, but I kept seeing Jump Pluffs and Azumarill and things that I would never see unless I was playing Poliwrath. But anyway, that aside, very fun games here. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the Color Cup. I didn't enjoy it until the very end when I finally found a team that worked, but if you've had good success in it, I'm happy. I'm glad that all 3 leagues are coming back. We can finally get back to our element here. Let me know in the comments what league you're going to be playing this week in the Go Battle League, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you guys on stream later. Have a good one. Thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.